What's up, guys? M.V.K here, coming to you again with another versus match with a twist. As still helping out my good boy Ziploc Gory. As always, we're gonna get into the results of last week's match. And last week I gave you favorite Disney afternoon show, and pretty much obvious. Everybody, Gargoyles was the winner. I shouldn't have put it in there, but what the hell. It was a part of that TV block, and it was a great show, no doubt about it. Okay, so with this next versus match with a twist, I give you a couple of characters in this one, but this one is best main female in a video game. Now that means the main character was focused on that in the game, was a female. She was the main character. And I gave you there's 12 characters here that the game's focused on them. They were the main protagonists of this game. There are a lot more, yes, but I chose these 12. Some of them right off the top of my head, and some I had to just remember doing research on a little bit. But yes, these are the ones I picked. So we're going to start off with Lightning. Lightning is from Final Fantasy 14, 13, one of them. I know it's one of them. I'm so bad with the numbers sometimes. She was a very tough as nails character, soldier, pretty much very fearless, very courageous character. That you really enjoyed. So definitely Lightning would be up there on this list as well. Rain from the Blood Rain series. Everybody should know Rain. She's the hybrid, half vampire, half human. Her mother was raped by a vampire. Her father, that's how she became what she is. She's pretty much like Blade. She's the female version of Blade, just in video game. The games were very bloody, gory, but they were cool. She was the second woman in video games to ever make it into Playboy. Can you believe that? They spawned 2 movies, but they sucked. And but the games were pretty good. Okay, Noriko from the video game Heavenly Sword. This came out for the PS3. A very entertaining game. Pretty much what a lot of people call the female Kratos. The difference was that if she let go of those blades, I think they would kill her. She would die. I didn't play it all the way through, but what I did play of it, it was really fun and very entertaining. The best part about it, she was voiced by the main character who's on Fringed. Aya Bree from the Parasite Eve series. Very, very, very tough as nails cop in that series. She was just put into a situation that she had to just really overcome, and we saw Anna basically become the hero of this series. Great character. Terrace Flare. Terrace Flare is from the cult classic Golden Axe. Now, at first, yes, she wasn't a main character. Pretty much, you chose from 3 different characters. But later on, Sega decided to make another game which focused more on her. And this would be the first game in this series to be M-rated. And Terrace Flare basically came off very cool. She was still the toughest nails Amazon that you remember. And she reminds you of basically Xena and Red Sonja and all those mixed together. That's pretty much how I would sum up her. In Beast Riders, that's what it was. Faith. Faith is from the very beautiful game known as Mirror's Edge. It was a first-person game. Faith was a group. She was a part of this group called the Runners, and they were like carrier. They were like mailmen, carrier ninjas. Like they lived in this totalitarian society where it was like almost against the law to do what they do. And she was a part of this group, and things happen that involve her sister, and she needs to solve it with all her skills. Bayonetta. Yeah, Bayonetta. The saucy, raven-haired witch that pretty much, her game was pretty much like Devil May Cry. If you know the engine about Devil May Cry, that's pretty much what she used. Guns, as well as she had guns on her heels of her boots. Just a very tough, as saucy, very sexual witch, but her voice is very sultry as well. And I love when you summon things, and that, like, from her, it was cool. Ruby Malone from the game Wet. She was the bounty hunter slash problem solver in that game. She was voiced by the very talented and lovely Elijah Dushku. Oh, yes, okay. Very, very, very. She reminded me of Beatrice Kiddo from Kill Bill. She was tough, just didn't take a lot of crap from nobody, and she would go into like this berserk rage at one point when she'd see red, and she'd just go crazy on people. Ruby Malone, people. Jill Valentine. Now, some people say, hey, wait a minute, Chris, she wasn't the main character. Correction, she was. Resident Evil 3. The game focused mainly on her. She was the main protagonist. And if there's going to be one woman from Resident Evil that I'm going to put, you damn well know it's going to be Jill Valentine. Jill was just a very good, strong character. And to think that we almost lost her in Resident Evil 5, I will never forget that, seeing that grave in that game. It was like, Jill died? What the hell? And knowing that she didn't die was just like, oh, thank God. But yeah, she was a very tough as nails partner for Chris, and I think Chris does love her then more than just a partner. Joanna Dark. Who doesn't like Joanna Dark? Now, they did make 2 games. The first game came out for the Nintendo 64, classic game. You can download that game from the PlayStation Network or the Xbox Live to remember that game. And then Xbox made another game called Perfect Dark Zero, which is a prequel to how Joanna became the Joanna that we see right here. I wish Microsoft would make another game about Joanna, but she was a very, very toughest special agent from the near future. I love Joanna. She was cool. And if you thought I was going to forget about her, yes, Miss Lara Croft, the female Indiana Jones, let's put it like that. She is now a part of Square Enix now. When Square Enix basically bought Eidos, they now have rights to her. So the next game is like a reboot of the game. It's a little bit more darker, grittier. A younger Laura, basically showcasing how she became the way she is now. I seen the demo of it at the last year's E3. Looks good, but always looks can be deceiving, because we've seen that before with a lot of her games, and then sometimes it doesn't pan out well. But of course, I'm going to put her in it as well. Very good character. And last but not least, Samus Aran. Yeah, Samus, probably one of the most positive influence characters, female main characters in a video game. A lot of critics say that about her. She's showcased as being tough, strong, intelligent, and sexy at the same time. How many of you guys remember playing the first game and thinking this was a guy, and then she removed the helmet and it's a woman. Whoa, and her games still sell well. I'm glad the way they changed her games now into that first person view. I mean, that's pretty much the way to go, in my opinion, about it. She's to me is the first true lady of Nintendo. I'm sorry, that's just me. Okay, so those are the 12 characters I picked. Now remember, guys, those are the characters. All those characters were the stars of a game or so. So please don't go on and say, but hey, they weren't. They were. They were the main characters of a game, a main female character. Now, voting starts today and will end Sunday as always. And let's see who wins this one, guys. So I gave you a little bit more this time to see. But other than that, guys, thanks for listening. And this is Mount Vernon Kid. Take care.